Welcome back to McPhee Ford. Today I'm going to be taking a look at this brand new 2023 Ford Mustang Mach 1. This particular Mach 1 is finished in shadow black. Now we're going to take a quick walk around the outside and then we will hop into the interior portion. Now the Mach 1 is a more track-focused performance version of the Mustang. Sits above a GT performance package but below a Shelby model, so it kind of breaks that middle ground between that GT performance and also the Shelby model. Now this one does not have the handling package, which is an upgraded package you can get for the Mach 1. It includes wider wheels, different suspension, that kind of thing. This particular one does not have it, so it's a little bit more usable on the street. Again, we're going to take a quick walk around the outside. We'll start with the front end here, where we do have the LED projector headlights. Now the Mach 1 does have a completely unique front end. We do have the sort of heritage style grille here, which is kind of an homage to the original Mach 1 back in the 60s and early 70s. But we do have a nice extended lip here, definitely give it a meaner look. And we do have a little bit of a hood graphic here, red accent, and we have nice satin finish there with the black. And if we come around to the side of the Mach 1, we do have these 19-inch machined aluminum wheels. Nice machined ring that goes around the outside there. I think looks super good. Again, this is one of two style of wheels you can get. So this is the standard 19-inch. You can also get a wider wheel, which is a part of that handling package. This sits on a 255/40 tire in the front and then a 275 in the rear. Now, these are Pilot Sport 4S tires, so it's a very well-known, very good performance-oriented tire. But again, this is the sort of less aggressive version of the Mach 1 wheel. The handling package does include the 315 width Cut 2s. But again, this is the Pilot Sport 4S on a 275 and 255 front. But we do have the Brembo 6-piston brake system. Phenomenal stopping power, of course, just like a Mustang performance package. There's your Mach 1 badge there on the side, and we do have a nice sort of satin carbonized gray finish with the mirrors. Includes the turn signal as well. And the Mach 1 is only offered as the fastback or a coupe, so you can't get a convertible for the Mach 1. But if we come on to the back end here of the Mach 1, we do have the LED sequential taillights. Ford's been using that for quite some time. And we do have a part here bored off the Shelby model, which is actually the rear diffuser. So this is bored straight off the GT500. Nice quad exhaust back here. Super aggressive look. And we also do have the rear view camera. And with the standard package here, we do have a little bit of a deck lid spoiler. If you get the handling package, you do get a larger one, but this particular one is offered with this Mach 1. If we take a look at the interior of the Mach 1, now this is not a premium model. This is the base Mach 1, so we do have the cloth interior, but we do still get the Recaro seat. So it's actually a cloth Recaro, but it's not actually offered in a GT model. This is only available with the Mach 1, where you can actually get cloth Recaro seats, because typically they are leather, but we do have the cloth Recaros. Now they are fully manually adjustable, and you also do lose the heated and cooling function, so that is something to keep in mind. And if you're looking for a little bit more comfort, definitely stick with the standard bucket seats, but if you want the more added support, and of course they do look so much cooler than the standard bucket seats here. So we do have that with the Mach 1. If we take a look at the door panel here, nice soft touch leather, and of course all your power controls, your windows, mirrors, and the locks right up top. A little bit of ambient lighting up there as well. And we do have a Mach 1 door sill plate. It is hidden in behind some plastic here. I don't want to peel it off right away, but we do have the Mach 1 sill plate right there. But if we climb inside here, take a look at the key fob. We basically have the same Mustang key as any other Mustang. It does include the trunk release on there. And push button start. Typically you would get remote start, but this is a manual transmission, which I will talk about just a second here. This is a manual, so you do lose that remote start feature. Now powering the Mach 1 is the glorious 5-liter V8 engine Ford's been using for years and years and years. Makes 470 horsepower, 420 foot-pounds of torque, paired to, in this case, the 6-speed manual transmission. Now what makes this manual transmission special is that this is actually a Tremec manufactured unit. This is borrowed straight out of the GT350, and if you know anything about that car, it is a fantastic transmission. It kind of solved all of the problems that the regular 6-speed had in the Mustang EcoBoost and the GT models, but this is a phenomenal transmission, nice smooth shifts, it holds a lot more power and that kind of thing. So we do have a nice little ball shifter on there as well. So 5-liter V8, 6-speed manual, what else can you ask for? And this also does offer active rev matching as well, which you can toggle on and off. So if you don't want it on, you can easily turn it off. But we'll move on to the steering wheel, nice leather wrapped. We do have volume controls and cruise control, and then on the right side we do have controls for the fully digital gauge cluster. Now this is the My Color 12-inch display. It's actually standard on Mach 1. It's available on other Mustang models as an option, but here it is a standard feature. This is a lot of information here in the screen. I'll kind of try to quickly go over it, but we do have the fuel economy info right here. We also have tire pressures. Now if we click this pony button right here, that will pull up some of the Mustang sort of menus. So we have My Mode, we also have Exhaust Mode, so we do have the active valve exhaust. You can click that and cycle through a bunch of different exhaust modes. We also have track apps, you have acceleration timers, brake timers, lap timer. We also have a line lock system, a bunch of stuff there. We have a shift indicator, launch control, of course, nice to have launch control, RPM from 3,000 all the way to 5,500, I believe it goes up to. And there's the active rev match. You can turn that on and off. You also have gauges, so you can show the gauges, which is basically the gauge detail, so you can see all types of different measurements and temperatures. You also have the My Color settings, so you can actually change the color of the gauge cluster, and also changes the colors of the gauges up here, the ambient lighting in the cup holders and in the footwell. So you can actually change the color of all that through that menu right there. So lots and lots of information there in that gauge cluster screen. But we'll kind of move into the middle here where we do have the Sync 3 8-inch touchscreen. This is also standard with the Mach 1 model. We have navigation right there. You can also access the climate control through here, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, all that. Of course, I've been using this screen for quite some time now, and it's very easy to use. No complaints there. On top, we do have the auxiliary gauge plaque. So we have oil pressure, and then we also have vacuum right up there. It is behind some plastic, but I do want to just keep that on. We don't get it scratched up. So we have gauge pack up there, and then down here we do have the climate control. So there are two different ways you can access it, either through the screen or through the buttons. So you can, whichever you prefer, hard buttons or the screen, whatever you want. Dual zone, and again, we do lose the heated and cooling function with the Recaro seats. So again, that is something to keep in mind. If you want the heated and cooling function, you do have to stick with the standard bucket seats. And down here we do have the push start button, nice aluminum finish. We also have the hazard light, traction control, and we do have steering modes. So we can actually cycle through various different steering modes right here, and then also drive modes. So we have a whole bunch of different drive modes: normal, sport plus, track, drag strip, and then snow and wet. So you have a bunch of different drive modes, and it will automatically change all the systems, your throttle response, the engine mapping, all that for each particular one. Again, there's the 6-speed manual, and we do have a nice manual parking brake, which is definitely nice to see still. And again, there's some nice ambient lighting there in the cup holder. We do also have the chassis number for each particular one, so each one is numbered. This one being 1459 for 2023, so we have a nice Mach 1 little plate up there. Now the Mach 1 does have rear seats. You can either use this tab here, or there's also a little handle here on the back that you can use. But we do have rear seats back here. Although they are not particularly large, you do have the ability to put people back here. Now there are 2 seats back here, not 3. So you do have 4 seating capacity for the entire Mustang, but you do have them back here if you need them in a pinch. But if we come around to the back end here, check out the trunk area. Now there would be a subwoofer back here, but this one does not have the upgraded B&O sound system. So you actually do get a little bit more trunk space, which is, I guess, a nice benefit for that. But we have some carpeted floor mats back here, and there's actually quite a bit of space considering this is a 2-door sports car. You do actually get quite a bit of space back here. So if you're interested in this particular Mustang Mach 1, it is for sale here at McPhee Ford. You can give us a call or visit us at mcpheeford.com. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.